Australia's most famous baby killer might not have done it. Hot stuff on Murder Week for October 26th. First, old business. Bruce McArthur, who terrorized the gay community in Toronto for years, killing 8, has waived preliminary hearing. A judge has ordered Bruce McArthur to stand trial on 8 counts of first-degree murder. The 66-year-old landscaper was arrested in January and charged with the murder of 8 men who disappeared starting around 2010 from Toronto's Gay Village area, according to The Guardian UK. Fox News is calling him the real-life Grim Reaper. Regis Andrew Brown, currently serving life in Pennsylvania for the murders of his wife and adult stepdaughter, probably murdered many other people in a 20-year period beginning in 1986. He made headlines after his arrest in the murder this past March of his wife, Michelle Brown, and his adult stepdaughter, Tammy Greenwald. Brown tied Greenwald to a rocking chair and stabbed her. He bludgeoned his wife in the garage when she got home sometime later. His step-granddaughter, who was 14, was forced to watch much of it from where she was tied up in the home. Families of victims of Grindr killer Stephen Port from the UK are getting their own judge to manage their inquest into the investigation. The original inquest was quashed when Port was arrested for 2 of the murders, and the families say that was too soon. In the inquest in June 2015, it was ruled that Mr. Whitworth, one of Stephen Port's victims, a former Dartford grammar school pupil, and Gabrielle Kovari, who was found in the same spot a month before, died after overdosing on GHB and methadone provided by Stephen Port. The Border Patrol serial killer is trying to get his bail reduced, according to the Caller Times. He murdered 4 women near Laredo, Texas recently.
We plan to go forward around December 5th on the formal charges. Whether it's going to be death penalty or not, at this point in time, I can't answer that. We're preparing the case, but if this is a case, like other cases that we've done involving the death penalty, then we will go forward with the death penalty. But I still need to wait for all the evidence to come forward.
Is it customary to withhold that type of information?
Yes, at this point in time, it's very premature to be turning over evidence that we ourselves have just received or are preparing.
Christopher Clements, who killed 2 little girls near Tucson, has a new lawyer.
In the murder case of 2 Tucson girls, the suspect charged in those killings was in court again today after motioning the judge for a new lawyer. The judge assigned new counsel for Christopher Clements. He faced 2 first-degree murder charges and multiple other felonies. Eric W. Kessler, a private practice Scottsdale attorney, will now defend Clements.
The $25,000 reward for information in the search for Jamie Kloss has been doubled. They've been searching for her since early Monday, October 15th, when a mysterious 911 call led deputies to discover that her parents had been shot dead in their home. A vehicle of interest is a black Acura MDX. That's what that looks like. And obviously, a red or orange Dodge Challenger was involved. And a new business, one story for you guys. You know it's getting wet. And you know it's getting cold when there's no murders taking place. This interesting murder in Raleigh County, West Virginia. A second body found by the side of Sullivan Road has been identified as Lulu Cree Jenkins, according to West Virginia Metro News.
All new details on a story we've been following for a few months now. Raleigh County Sheriff's deputies confirming the identity of a second victim found back in August down in Raleigh County. That's of Ohio Valley native Lauren Lulu Jenkins. Now, right away back when their bodies were discovered, authorities did ID Trevor Vosson's body, also from our area, and found with Lulu. According to Sheriff Scott Van Meter, they believe, though, Jenkins and Vosson were murdered in the Wheeling area and then dumped down in Coal City. Van Meter says they're working closely with the Wheeling Police Department to find any suspects that may be involved. We'll keep you updated on this case.
Kathleen Folbigg, Australia's most famous child killer, is getting a new look at her case. Experts say in light of new medical evidence about sudden infant death syndrome, her jury may have gotten the wrong idea of how rare SIDS deaths actually are. The Court of Criminal Appeal imposed a 30-year sentence with a non-parole period of 25 years. Holy crap, look at this guy. Las Vegas serial killer Nathan Burkitt, who probably killed at least 5 people, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of second-degree murder, according to the Vegas Review-Journal. Authorities have tied him to killings in the Valley dating back more than 40 years. Burkitt's murder charges have been in the Clark County system for upwards of 6 years, and he faced the death penalty much of that time. And YOLO, but maybe all of it in prison, Daniel Marsh, who murdered a couple of innocent people in 2013 and dreamed of becoming a serial killer, will not be resentenced as a juvenile, meaning the Yolo County judge is sending him back to prison to serve out the rest of his 52-year sentence. He killed an elderly Northern California couple when he was 15 and told authorities he dreamed of being a serial killer. Finally, in killer-related business, you thought you could get away from him. Should Chris Watts face the death penalty?
The world. Police say a father and husband did the unthinkable, killing his own family.
And this case prompted so many of you to have very difficult conversations about whether he should face the death penalty.
The public just doesn't really have the appetite for it anymore.
But is that really the case?
Well, tonight, Denver 7's Jennifer Kovaleski is going 360 on capital punishment in Colorado.
This house is not complete. An excellent story, link in description. And finally, from what looks like a blog called Hoodline, Kelly Wu has an interesting story on crimes solved through familial DNA matching. The cases she lists are the Golden State Killer, the NorCal Rapist, a Canadian couple who was on vacation, a realtor in Texas, a Pennsylvania teacher, a teen girl killed in a park, Lisa Jensen. Interesting stuff, read links in the description. And that's all I have for this week. News tips, send them at The Murder Kids on Twitter. At The Murder Kids on Twitter. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thanks.